Have you ever wondered if the things you hear about Dracula were ever real? What if I told you that one of history's most terrifying figures wasn't just a myth, but a man so ruthless that his deeds still haunt us today? This is Vlad III, the Impaler, Prince of Wallachia, ruler, warlord, and the inspiration behind the legend of Dracula. But how much of that legend is true, and how much is pure horror amplified by time? Vlad III, also known as Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracula, was born in 1431 in Transylvania. His father, Vlad II, belonged to the Order of the Dragon, hence Dracul. Wallachia, where Vlad ruled, was caught between powerful neighbors, the Ottomans, the Hungarians, and various internal nobles, boyars. Power, betrayal, and blood were everyday realities in that world. Wallachia was constantly raided. People lived in fear. Allegiance changed with the wind. When Vlad was young, he was used as a political pawn, held hostage by the Ottoman Empire. That period deeply shaped his view of power and fear. He returned to claim his throne multiple times, facing betrayals from local nobles who wanted more power. One of his most infamous acts was the impalement, a brutal method of execution that quickly became his signature, his tool of rule through terror. In 1462, the Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II, fresh from conquering Constantinople, attempted to invade Wallachia. Vlad, outnumbered, saw a chance to wage psychological warfare. He ordered his men to attack the Ottoman camp in the dead of night. The raid was quick, brutal. Many Ottomans perished or became disoriented. Vlad then did something chilling. He impaled many prisoners, stakes driven into the ground, with bodies lining the approaches to his castle. The stench, the horror, it was meant to send a message. Historians estimate tens of thousands died or were forever traumatized by what they witnessed. But how much is fact and how much is legend? Some stories exaggerate the number of stakes or who was impaled, yet multiple sources speak of impalement as real and deeply frightening. Vlad's legend grew over centuries. Western pamphlets, folklore. Bram Stoker's Dracula borrowed not a single event exactly, but the aura of gore, of terror, impalement, cruelty, ruthlessness, all became central to his myth. But historians warn, many outrageous stories were probably exaggerated. Tales of cooking people alive or skinning them may come from hostile propaganda. Some facts are hard to prove. Nevertheless, impalement is confirmed. Vlad used it. He used cruelty as policy to deter invasions, to assert power. That's a real legacy. Today, Vlad the Impaler is a complex figure. In Romania, he is sometimes viewed as a national hero, someone who defended his land against Ottoman expansion. For others, he remains the face of medieval brutality. His story endures because horror grips the imagination, because the boundary between myth and reality is blurry, because we see in him something ancient and terrifying, what men will do for power, revenge, obedience, and fear. And that myth, Dracula, remains one of the most powerful in popular culture. But remember, behind Dracula lies a man who actually walked, who actually ruled, killed, ordered executions. Not exactly a vampire, but certainly someone who turned history into horror. So what do you believe now? Was Vlad a monster beyond belief, or a ruler for his era, using fear as a weapon? The truth might be somewhere in between. Or if you want more stories like this, forgotten cruelty, dark legends born from real history, then hit subscribe, ring the bell, and join True Tales of the Past. Because the past is never just past.